Hello YouTube, and welcome to a new YouTube series from me. This is History Revision with Rab. Before I begin, I should mention this is an AS History Revision session, and it is on the experience of warfare in Britain. In this video we're going to reminisce about some memories of the Crimean War from this day and age, and we're going to look at why it started out. The first thing the Crimean War brought to the table was military incompetence. This is the number one thing it is remembered for, and it's probably the most poorly fought out war in the history of British military command. As much as this war broke the reputations of such people as Lord Raglan and Lord Lucan, it also made the reputations of Mary Seacole and Florence Nightingale for their nursing work in Scutari and on the front lines. The Crimean War was also the first war to have used newspapers to report the goings-on of the war. This was gargantuan in terms of military support, and such writers as William Russell and Roger Fenton really changed the war game in the eyes of the British public. But what started the war? There are a few reasons for it, one being a better supply route for England between India and Britain, as the demand for spices was so high, another being to metaphorically flex the military's muscles. But the reason given by the British was actually a defence of Turkey from Russian expansion, which is very ironic due to the British's tendencies. There is no lie that Britain did see Russia as a threat at this point, and holding them back was just a way of delaying their threat of expansion. Although it wasn't linked with the maintenance of supply routes to India. As we know, the British never do things for others, do they? It's all well and good going on about reasons, but what provoked the actual war? Generally speaking, it was the actions of the Russian Tsar. He sent in Prince Menshikov, who was above all else a pain in the arse. He had unrealistic demands for the Turks, and if they were not to comply, Russia would occupy nearby countries, losing control and applying pressure. The British ambassador Lord Stratford was encouraging the Sultan of Turkey to reject these offers, however, and inevitably Britain and France intervened, basically giving the Russians a heads up to fuck off. The Sultan then declared war on the Russians. And finally, on the 5th of April, the first British troops arrived at Gallipoli, ready to fight back against the Russians. This was just an idea for a relatively short video of a sort of showcase of things that I intend to come soon after, you know. I mean, this is probably more for me, but I do hope it did help you. I'll probably keep going down the history line to a certain extent, but I sort of want to do it more with subjects that I find more difficult, like biology, physics, psychology, just because, you know, these subjects, they aren't quite as linear is history in the way that, you know, no, they're more specialist, I suppose, in contrast to history. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to bring out a lot more of this, so if you don't like it, then unsubscribe, Gaylords, and if you do like it, why don't you subscribe, you know, I mean, just, you know, click that large button. It'd be good, that, wouldn't it? Yeah. Okay, cheers, and thank you for watching.